I call her Chocolate BT. Nancy put this together, and I was going to introduce them. You guys, that they would not tell you. Tell their role, why they're here, and their plans for the Nigerian community, Nigeria, the diaspora. So I'll just start. I don't play it too very well, and I know the tourism madam from America, and I know the CEO of Water Light. Today we're here for the conference, which has to do with Nigerians living in diaspora. It's actually called Business Done Diaspora. So I'm going to introduce everybody on the high table. They will now take turn to introduce themselves to the general public. I also like to thank my media family, my sister, brothers from Media Dome. Thank you guys for making it possible and always being supportive when I call you guys last minute, because I just called some of them last night. They're here, Normally they're supposed to give like one big BOCs before they come around. Thank you guys for making it possible. So I'll start with Nancy Jaye Arabaye, Strategic Social Global. I see she's very pretty. I call her Black Play. She's so cute. Don't make paradox and everything. And she is always locked. She's very She's taken in Africa. She's there. She has a listing here. She has a sweet soul. She's a mother. She's a young mother. I think she's like a mother here. Anytime they call Nancy, Nancy is led to support, be listing here, and she doesn't take her time to fly to Nigeria to solve a lot of problems. And that's why she's here today. So I have Dr. Prince Errol Ibaf. Tell your son, Ibafidom. So he's the CEO of Water Light Save Initiative. He was also on a philanthropist. He's also been involved in a lot of stuff. My feeling at outside Africa is also United Nations, and they have a lot of projects. Is the pushing for Nigerians and Africans in Nigeria and abroad. Then I have Chantal Sakwa. That was in it. What's first one? So sorry. Oh, you just did Francois. Okay. She's the president of East Point Atlanta Convention and Physical Studies Bureau in Atlanta. So the let's start for her. The first time in Nigeria, I say that Kimbo Bambuas Hall, the young time. And I also have Atron, sales director, Patron Okan Holdy. Patron Morgan Holdy. Welcome, and I'm going to give you guys microphone. Please tell them your role and motivate. I also have Pisana Yadu from Report here. The publicist, Bopon style, into so much sharing.
I am a reflection of the divide that is across the diaspora and Africa. And I was sent to be the bridge for that divide. And what I know and what I believe is that the diaspora is a critical part of ensuring that Africa's renaissance. Nigeria is the African giant, and when Nigeria gets it right, Africa gets it right, and when Africa gets it right, the world gets it right. And so with that, I believe that it was essential to bring the group here. I could have chose any African nation on the continent, but I chose Nigeria because I believe in Nigeria. Nigeria is a leading nation. It's a leading nation across the diaspora. There's always people raving about Nigeria. And where I reside in Atlanta, Georgia, the Nigerian community has a very strong influence. And so with that being said, we're coming here not just to visit and not just to do tourism. We're actually here to what I call start a revolution, to start a movement that allows for those in the diaspora, whether you have Nigerian descent, whether you're first or second generation, I'm first generation, or whether you yearn to have a connection back to Africa, we are all returning. And we're returning with intention. We're returning to invest. We're returning to collaborate. We're returning to do business, cross-cultural, cross-continental business. I believe in global commerce, and I know that is what is going to propel Africa, and that is what is going to stir the renaissance of Africa. All of the children of diaspora, those with connection and those who are yearning for it, to return with intention, bringing your talents, your skills, your resources, and your investments back here so jobs can be created and business can be done proper on a global level. I'm also excited to share that this is going to be captured. This is going to be captured because we're turning this into a film. And so many in the diaspora, they talk about Africa and they're like, oh, I've seen Rich, Famous, and African. I've seen Lagos, Real Housewives of Lagos. But they've never seen a film that captures the diaspora in a powerful way that showcases the beauty of Africa, that showcases the luxury of Africa, and showcases high-level business. And that is what we're capturing in November. And I'm proud to announce that this is going to be a film that is led by women. So we have power. We pop it up for that. We have a unique group. We call them diaspora advocates who will be coming. We have the likes of Kiana Watson, who's a real estate mogul in the United States. We have Ashley Wheeler, who's a philanthropist and also into real estate. We have fashion powerhouses like Maxi J, and amazing Sonia Tucker, who is home to the continent. She's from Sierra Leone, but in the diaspora, she too is returning. We have a powerful, powerful cast that will be represented. And not only that, I say he have male champions as well, who will be joining us for this powerful, powerful movement. And so we are going to have a fabulous time. We're going to be here in Nigeria for 3 days before we take and leave and finish the rest of our delegation. So with that being said, November, you can expect an amazing business mixer where we'll show our class, we'll show our culture, we'll show our excellence. And I think what I'm most excited about, to be honest, beyond being able to showcase Africa in the beautiful light that it deserves to be showed, we have an opportunity to go out into the community. So Impact Day will happen on November 18th. I actually ask that all of you can join us. There's a way to participate. I'll share that with you later. But we're actually mobilizing the world. It's not just us that are coming, but the whole entire world has an opportunity to participate. They can contribute, whether it's buying a hygiene product, whether it's sponsoring or making a donation. And those items and those donations, we are going out into the community that day, and we're doing 4 activations. And we'll be able to ensure that Nigeria shows our presence and that we're able to be an example of how we should act, individuals should act. We don't have to wait on governments. We don't have to wait on corporate social responsibility. If we all just do our parts, Africa will be better. Again, Nigeria will be better. And when Nigeria gets it right, Africa gets it right. When Africa gets it right, the world gets it right. Thank you so much. My name is Nancy Taye Aragbai, and I'm so excited to be able to share partners in this because I believe in the power of collective impact. It's not just one that makes this happen, but this could not be done without our amazing partners. So I want to give this opportunity. I want to start with actually Echo Hotel. If you're able to just share your contributions to this particular initiative. Thank you.
Thank you very much. As introduced, my name is Ayodele Adio, the publicist of Echo Hotels. I have the burden of representing the Director of Sales and Marketing for Echo Hotels, Dr. Iyaduni Badibo, who is unavoidably absent at this press conference. So on behalf of Echo Hotels and Suites, I'm delighted to welcome you all to this important press conference organized by the Diaspora Returns team. It is a privilege for us to host this gathering, which brings together voices and visionaries from across the globe to connect with Nigeria's story. For us at Echo Hotels, hospitality has gone beyond providing comfort. It is now about creating a platform where Nigeria can proudly stand before the world. Over the years, we have had the privilege to host presidents, captains of industries, cultural icons, and global leaders, each time demonstrating that Lagos is not only open for business, but ready to deliver experiences of international standards. which is why in the last few years we have embraced the powerful and inspiring mission to position Lagos and Nigeria as a global hub for world-class events and cultural tourism. As the leading hospitality brand in West Africa, we consider ourselves a symbol of Nigeria's readiness to welcome, to host, and to shine on the global stage. Hosting this wonderful event is a part of this mission. This is why we consider this gathering an important opportunity to showcase Nigeria's excellence to the world. Today, we are proud to say that we host arguably the biggest Christmas carnival procession in the continent. We have created and propagated the African story of Christmas through the Tropical Christmas Wonderland, which is a 13-day staycation where we have hosted hundreds of families from across the world. We now stage world-class musicals and theater shows, a unique and well-acclaimed family competition called Familympics, a circus show, and now have one of the biggest theme parks in all of the continent, amongst a few other things. Hence, you understand the importance of platforms like Diaspora Returns. They remind the global community that Nigeria is not defined by its challenges, but by its resilience, its brilliance, and its unyielding spirit. At Eco Hotels, we share in that vision to present Nigeria as it truly is, bold, beautiful, and boundless in potential. Therefore, we affirm our commitment not only to world-class hospitality, but also to being partners in nation building and using our platform to connect Nigeria with the world and the world with Nigeria. We believe that Diaspora Returns is a movement that inspires reconnection, renewal, and rediscovery. And at Eco Hotels and Suites, we are proud to provide the space where this story unfolds. Thank you.
And it's an honor to join you here today as my first visit to Nigeria, your vibrant city, and I'm just excited to be here, a place that's rich in history, culture, and incredible energy. We're here to foster a partnership that highlights the best of both worlds, connecting our communities through the power of tourism, culture, and mutual respect. I know some of you may be wondering, where exactly is East Point? Well, if you've been to Atlanta, you've been to East Point. We're a Metro Atlanta city, by the way, that's just with 20 branded hotels, 6 miles from downtown Atlanta and 5 minutes from the world's busiest airport. That is Hartsfield-Jackson International, hence our brand statement of where the world meets. East Point is a thriving city and a dynamic growing hub with a mix of urban sophistication and southern charm. Our city is home to diverse communities, great entertainment, and a welcoming spirit that makes East Point the ideal destination for both leisure and business travel. Atlanta is the 10th largest economy in America, which you know is the largest economy in the world. And with that in mind, we are having $470 billion a year in revenue come through Metro Atlanta. So we're ready for business. In terms of cultural, first, East Point is proud of its deep-rooted connection to African American history, rich art and entertainment, and a growing food scene that reflects our diverse population. We boast the first Black female mayor in the entire state of Georgia. And we've also had the first female fire chief in the entire nation, all of America. So, females, come join us and make a mark. The African American community in the United States has long been influenced by African culture, and East Point embodies that connection. In fact, there's a strong Nigerian diaspora presence in Atlanta, with over 20,000 Nigerians calling Atlanta home. These individuals have brought their culture, values, and entrepreneurial spirit to East Point, enriching our community and creating a bridge between our two regions. The same bridge that Nancy spoke about earlier, making sure that we connect business beyond borders. This connection is more than just numbers. It's about people, stories, and shared experiences. I just lost myself here. 1 second. I'm sorry. Okay. That's why East Point and Lagos have so much in common. Both cities are centers of culture, commerce, and creativity with a growing emphasis on innovation. It's a natural synergy that can unlock incredible potential for both regions. We're home to Black Art in America. That's a fine art gallery that was just featured in Forbes magazine. We have Bell Ethnic, which is the Black ballet, and they've won the Governor's Award for Arts and Culture in the state of Georgia. We also have the Arts Exchange, which is a community cultural center. And East Point is also a film destination where we're home to Tyler Perry Studios. There are also hundreds of films that are produced in that city every single year. We're also happy and proud to highlight our direct daily nonstop service between Lagos and Atlanta provided by Delta Airlines. This makes travel between our two cities even easier than ever, strengthening our connections and providing seamless access for tourism, business, and cultural exchange. We've had so many people visit our city in East Point that are from the diaspora. We had the First Lady of Liberia. We've had visitors from Ghana, Nigeria, of course, and Grenada. We're looking forward to hosting all of you in 2026 when the diaspora returns. And I'm excited to extend a heartfelt invitation to each of you, whether you're looking to experience our art scene, enjoy our classy dining, or connect with our communities. And you need an affordable place to stay, we have 20 branded hotels right around the airport. Again, 5 minutes from the world's busiest airport. We are East Point, where the world meets, and we're about to meet Nigeria. Thank you.
We stand today as a powerful moment in Africa's growth story. A time when diaspora returns are redefining the conversation around African investment and prosperity. To our brothers and sisters across the globe, Africa is not just calling you home. Africa is ready for you. At Patton Morgan, we are ready to walk that journey with you. As a quality-driven, credible, and forward-thinking organization, we are positioning ourselves as the trusted gateway for diaspora capital into Africa. Our track record of excellence, built on integrity, innovation, and execution, assures investors of world-class standards in every project we deliver. From luxury residential development to transformative urban infrastructure, our portfolio reflects our dedication to superior quality, long-term value, and economic empowerment. We understand that real estate is not only about structures, it is about people, it is about legacy and empowerment. That is why we are deeply invested in people development, both within our organization and through the communities we serve. We are building not only homes, we are building futures. Today, we proudly announce our readiness to provide bespoke platforms for collaboration, for investment, and wealth creation for the global African community. Whether you are a first-time investor returning home or an established stakeholder seeking credible partners on the ground, Patton Morgan is your bridge to that opportunity. Together, let's define the next chapter of Africa's development. Together, let's build a legacy that transcends generation. Patton Morgan Holdings, building for tomorrow, today. Thank you very much.
I'm the founder and president of the Waterlight Seed Initiative. Waterlight Seed Initiative is an international non-governmental organization, and we're already starting in the U.S. and Atlanta, Georgia. and we also registered here in Nigeria. And
We are in partnership with the United Nations on Sustainable Development Goals.
And recently, we launched the HEAL framework, which deeply aligns with what the diaspora returns stands for. So I have a small stage thinking redolent, create opportunities, and also uplift vulnerable population. Together, we believe that we are shaping the future where collaborations know no bound and impact knows no limit. So we encourage all of you to be part of the diaspora returns. Tell it to those that miss to hear about it. November 17th and 18th, we are drawing those that connected with diaspora to reach out to communities. I'll be giving out small business loans. So many of those startup businesses in underserved communities. And we are proud to be doing this with Strategic Solutions Global because it's totally aligned with what the Royal Life Saving Initiative stands for. And we believe by empowering over 200 people, we become the governance that the world seeks. Because we believe that we are the governments, not those in copies or those in Asher. We believe government start with us. Like I was saying the other day, I said we should be ambassadors of Nigeria by the best way we can. It doesn't matter, we cannot say that about, but the next person beside us, we be able to empower that person, we have empowered 10 people. So from little, we can do a whole lot. So I want to say thank you for all coming out today. And it's a privilege to be partnering with Like Minds, Eco Hotel, Israel Aperture. I say Aperture. We wear the word feed, Portin Borgheim and Eco Hotel. Thank you for hosting us. We believe this will be the beginning of bigger things to come with the diaspora. Thank you so much.
We're going to give an opportunity for you all to ask questions, but before we do so, I do want to close, and I want to share a brief story. I remember my first time coming to Africa. For those of you who don't know, I've been doing this for 6 years, by the way, bringing those in diaspora to Nigeria and to Africa. So I am not new to this. I'm sure to this. You guys can keep that one, write that down. But when I first started, I was very frustrated because I had hopes of being a billionaire, a U.S. billionaire, and I was not one yet. And my dream has always been to be able to fund many businesses, impact many lives, education, and so forth. And I remember making so many promises to community-based organizations of what I was going to do. At least my heart wanted to do so. And when we're getting closer to the day, and I was like, oh my gosh, God, what's going on? Where are the billions, okay? But the Holy Spirit corrected me and said, why do you have to be a billionaire? It's not necessary. Said 1 billion people giving $1 is $1 billion. A collective impact is just as powerful. Let's cop it up for that, yeah. Collective impact is just as powerful. So why do I leave you with that story? Well, there's a quote that I like to read that I keep up and remind myself on a regular day. I don't know about you all, but I'm tired of talking. I'm tired of the conferences. I'm tired of the same conversations over and over again. We actually know the problems very well. There's been so much research. There's even world organizations such as the United Nations. We all know the issues. And the solution is true action. So there's a quote that I say, that I read often and remind myself. It says, knowing is not enough. We must apply. Willing is not enough. We must do. So why do I leave you with that? Because I challenge you all today. Ask yourself, what is your part to the renaissance of Africa? How will you be a part of this movement? It's not just about diasporans coming to support Africa. It's those that are on the continent. How are you collaborating, and what are you doing to support those who return? Is it the media presence? Are you showing up and making sure that this goes viral, that this movement is powerful? Is it the corporations that are saying, hey, I believe in the vision and we want to sponsor? Is it just sharing the post to ensure that your sister or your cousin knows about this? Or is it government willing to partner? I don't know what it is, but you do on the inside of you. So before you leave here today, make a commitment for yourself. How will you be a part of this movement? Because remember, collective impact is just as powerful. So thank you so much for being here today. I truly, truly am grateful for your presence. Again, this was less than 48 hours and you all showed up. I say visions are not executed alone. It requires people saying yes, and you all say yes today. And so again, remember, this is just the beginning. We together can do anything. We together can build a movement. And I look forward to Africa rising, and it starts with Nigeria. Thank you so much.
Madam Azuko.
Start with Sunday Adebale, the CEO. This way you send me.
Good afternoon. My name is Sunday Adebaya.
So that's one big one. I will also say, so sometimes there's logistical challenges in regards to just how to navigate and so forth. And to be honest, I can only be transparent. There is a narrative and there's a stigma on Nigeria. And that's actually why we're here, to remove that stain and retell and control the narrative. Nigeria is a place that you can do business. Nigeria is a place where you can come for tourism. Nigeria is a place where you can have a great time. And so that is what we're doing. And that has been a challenge the past 6 years. In regards to funding, majority of this has been self-funded up until this year, because I have amazing partners who have, who believe in the vision and who have decided to back this with their support in various ways and financial capital. And so Strategic Solutions Global has self-funded this initiative for many, many years up until 2025.
So who is okay, I'm going to Lobs. Give it to a lady, then a man next. Truly that I mean it.
Okay, good afternoon. My name is Ifoma Onoye from New Telegraph. You said something about making a film out of it. I want to know, what would be the title of the movie? Do you already have, is it a film or a movie? Do you already have a title for it, or is it being unveiled on that day, the 18th of November?
The beautiful thing is you all already know the title of what this documentary will be. It's Diaspora Turns Business Beyond Borders. It is a reality docu-series. So we're actually just capturing our real life. There's no false anything being told. What they're going to see is our journey to Nigeria. They're going to see us having an amazing time. They're going to see luxury across Nigeria. They're going to see amazing real estate, business deals, and transactions happening. So not a movie, but just a reality of what you're experiencing.
So, Loksky.
Good afternoon. My name is Abiola. I work for Maestro's Media. Quick one. I want to have a peek into your mind. Basically, when did you think that, or when did you make up your mind that this is the particular time to come into Nigeria? What gave you that impression that this is the particular right time, and things that have not worked well for the last 6 years, particularly will work out now? And then for the very gorgeous lady next to you, in what way are you collaborating? What's on offer from your side?
Thank you for that question. The beautiful thing, and I will always talk about the Lord because that's who I serve. When you partner with God, He knows more than you do. So I knew that this was the time before I knew that this was the time. About 6 years ago, there was a deep desire in Doane to reconnect and to bridge the diaspora. And by just nature of what is happening across the United States, there is really a deep desire for people to reconnect. So it just was a natural flow, I would say. Now is the time because the attention is there. We're in a time where social media is more present than ever, where people are, you have an opportunity to really control your own narratives through the power of social media. And so, yeah, I just believe that this is the time. Why not? And again, I'm always led by the Holy Spirit. You asked the second question, why? Oh, I told someone the other day, I was having a conversation, they said, why not go to East Africa? So I go to various countries. I'm a diaspora relations advisor. I was just in Zambia. I was just in South Africa. Very, very supportive from corporate to government. Very, very supportive. And someone said, why don't you just start in East Africa? It's easier. And I laughed and I said, well, my life, I was not created for the easy path. I am the person that will go through a forest full of trees, cut them down, pave the road, lay it down, lay the foundation down so those behind me can have the easier path. So if we don't do it, who will? And I always say, I am change. I do not wait for change. I will not ever complain without figuring out a solution and moving and just making action happen. So the time is now, and I just said I will lead the way. Thank you. And so
Your question was, how are we supporting Business Beyond Borders? You support and sharing this mission and bridging that gap that Nancy spoke about.
Fantastic. At the follow-up to that, because something just came up recently, the American government started revoking visas. It's supposed to be a two-way thing. Diasporans wants to come here. We also want to go there. We're supposed to be exchanging ideas and all that sort of kind of things. With this kind of thing happening, how do we sort it out?
One thing, the fact that we're here speaking and sharing that we have such similarities, right, and synergies. The fact that Atlanta is going to be hosting the World Cup in 2026. We have 8 games happening there. I think the economic impact that's going to have on our city has reached the top. And the folks that probably were making those decisions on these visas has recognized the importance of having the world visit not just Atlanta, but United States. So I think these decisions are being changed, and we should be moving in the right direction on opening the doors.
Okay, we have a Funsho Arwudade.
You've already all or you pay Turkey to the part of it.
So I'll start with, is it free for all? Absolutely not. And I say those who are ready to collaborate with the diaspora and not talk about collaboration, but actually do it. Those who truly want to see Nigeria better. I talked to every single person who's coming on this trip, and I vet them. It's an exclusive space. It has to be the right energy, the right mindset. So it's certainly not a free for all. What can we expect post the trip or even during the trip? I think you can see deep connection between the diaspora and those in Nigeria. I think you will see the beginning to what is a catalyst. You will see investments happening, partnerships being forged. And I know for certain you will see a veil be dropped. Again, there are so many people whose first time in Africa and first time in Nigeria. And so the experience that we're curating for them is the catalyst to what I know will be transformation. And so it's a very intentional space that's designed for very intentional people who want to see Nigeria win.
Yes, sorry. Bye-bye. Ambassador, like you talked about supporting some businesses. Are you also specific about how you're going to go about it? Who are going to be the beneficiaries?
Thank you. On that note, we have to be partnering with the First Ladies Quorum. We're expecting each First Lady to bring people in underserved communities that will be beneficiary to this plan. And also the COA, which is the Defense and Police Officers' House. Yeah, they are actually big on training startups and those in underserved communities. And the president of the COA, Mrs. Mozav, actually confirmed that she will be bringing those people and organizing them. So they are part of this movement as well. So yeah, we didn't just go pick anybody. And more so, there are other tricks we're also going to use to add more people in that note. We just want to make sure that if we cannot make everybody win, but let make some people win by leaving the one behind. Thank you. Okay. Thanks to everyone who has thought it wise to be part of the diaspora terms and the business beyond borders. My name is Emmanuel Ezekiel from Channels Television. I want to speak specifically to one very important issue, and I'm happy I can see Porty Morgan there. In the last perhaps 15 years, my deduction has been that housing has become for the rich. I mean, I'm not trying to deride any organization for seeing profits, but I think this is also a platform through which an organization like Porty Morgan Holdings can work with Waterlight Initiative and the rest of it to try and see how affordable homes could be brought to Nigerians. I've seen online where $1,200, $3,000 homes are built. And I do believe that with the workings of organizations like this, paltry amounts could be utilized to bring homes to people. I mean, look at the housing shortfall in Nigeria. Perhaps we all have an idea of the millions of shortfall. But I think this platform should also be used. Working with Porty Morgan, who have been working with other big organizations to see how, apart from meeting the needs of or the wants of the rich, the have-nots can also be given some circle in terms of roof over their heads. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Takes care of affordable homes. And that's where we started from. And of course, we are very much happy about these partnerships. We're going to be playing, on all levels, depending on what our partners come up with. And we're very much happy and very much ready to actually deliver that, whether for the low income and for the high income, of course, the African Americans, diasporans that will be coming in for investments. Yes, we're very much positioned for that. Thank you.
And last but not the least on your organization, I've seen many organizations work with personalities for initiatives to work with smaller groups in the land that actually you reach the people who really need it. Because First Lady come and they go. And so this First Lady was very nice. The other one was very nice. This one is not so very nice. No. But initiatives that actually drive, you take to the hinterland that, track, that are sustainable. It may not be much, but consistently, you reach those who really need this very help. Thank you. We do not, the First Lady discovered us that this is what we did. And we have an agreement with them that on this note, these are the poor will be. And we believe that they are actually, even if they give us a list, we're also going to do our own research. Because if we say we want to put it on social media, the poor doesn't use social media. They don't have access to Instagram and Facebook. So, but there are plans already statewide that actually aid in identifying those in underserved communities, and that's why we're using that. And for the poor, the new president has a track record in actually training many of those in underserved communities, and that's what we are built on. We partner with the UN is because the UN also discovered what we do in reaching those underserved communities. And recently, our statement was what was used in the just concluded high-level political forum at the United Nations. It is on the UN journal. You can also confirm that. All these are things that we listed out for the United Nations, and they actually agreed to it and adopted it, and it was published on the UN Journal. So we are not there. We know the First Lady. We understand it is season by season, but yes, we are very critical when it comes to picking the right people. Thank you.
Any more questions, please?
I do want to answer his question in regards to what are we doing in regards to leaching back to the community, which I think is a very powerful and important question. And I would like for people to listen to this because it's very important to understand the platform that we are building. So I might answer it in two parts. Number one, the entire world knows Africa for its struggle. I'm going to say that again. The entire world knows Africa for its struggle, so much so I get questions about whether or not hot water is in Nigeria. Do you understand? So this is an intentional movement to showcase Africa and retell our own narrative in the way that it's supposed to be told. Luck is not shown in Nigeria or in Africa. High rises, city with lights. And this is a lady who lives in the United States. There's not too many people who understand that it exists here. And so in order for the movement to be moved and for us to move needle forward, people need to know that they can come back to something that is good enough to start something, right? Oftentimes people don't want to be the visionary themselves because it's hard. But when they can see something that they can trust, they can come back to it and begin to pour into the community. So you're going to see luxury. I don't shy away from that. You're going to see the beauty of Nigeria. You're going to see great people doing amazing things. You're going to see credible brands. So yes, you're going to see a Depoa. You're going to see a Paulton Morgan, because the narrative of Nigeria, they do not even trust to do business here because they may be scammed, right? So we have to make sure that we're intentional about who we partner with so the trust can be built so that the impacts can be felt on the ground. So you're going to see Day One, beauty and luxury and class and elegance at the poolside of Echo Hotel. And Day Two, you're going to see us go into the community because we understand that we can't just live for luxury. What is that if you're not impacting your community? So you're going to see individual social responsibility. But what I will say, which you can write up in your article and make a call to action, who are the organizations that are doing affordable housing? I would love to partner with them, right? This is a collective effort and everyone has their part to play, whether you're in the luxury space or whether you're on the ground doing the grassroots work. Every single person has a part to play. And so let's make sure that we focus on everyone doing their part. And the Diaspora Platforms is the platform that can bring the ecosystems together so we can tell the real narrative of Nigeria to also make the impact that we need to make. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
And sorry, I omitted one part when you asked how would Paulton Morgan also partner with Waterlight on low-income housing. Yeah, I think Paulton Morgan has some outside of the luxury you see, but I think Paulton Morgan will also think about how to make luxury for the low-income people.
It's possible. I don't know, but I think with a good planning and a good scheme, maybe those in civil servants, they could start thinking on how to pay and you understand and all of that. So it was a good question, I would say. Thank you for that. Yeah, thank you. Low income, but yes, we know that, okay, it's like the mentioned Paulton Morgan. There are people that believe that luxury is Paulton Morgan. And there are people that believe, I want good journalism, I want to talk to Arise, I want to talk to channels, I want to talk to the organization. They want it to do, how can we replicate what they are doing in Nigeria and Africa over there? So it is for everybody. It's not just limited to just one. How do I?
Yeah, thank you. Hold on.
I think to that question, it's evident just by the panel that you see and the diversity of business that we do. And even in tourism and hospitality that I represent, people normally think tourism is just hotels and, sun, sand, and sea. But There's agricultural tourism, there's medical tourism, there's sports tourism, there's entertainment tourism, and they're all under the auspice that we represent in East Point. So again, it's for everybody in all the different areas of business and arts, culture. So we're open.
And can I, because I know I stirred up some stuff when I said it isn't, but it's for those who have the mindset and who want to see a better Nigeria, a better Africa, and a better world. And so if you believe in the vision and if you have the right mindset, there's actually room for you. I tell people all the time when they ask, how can I be a part of this? This belongs to us. So there's various ways, whether you're a journalist or in tourism or in the medical field, there's a way to come together. There really is. So thank you for that question.
Yeah, Seville International Airport. So we'll make that affordable if the journalist wants to come. Yeah. At least we'll did all that.
Well, I'm going to answer. She mentioned person model. So I would say, of course, because this partnership, like I mentioned at the beginning, is a lifelong event for us. And I was talking with Shaka earlier on, and she talked about being ready for Patty Morgan and what we could create in Atlanta, in Georgia. And of course, if we're going to go there as an indigenous organization, we would, of course, go with our people and, able to see you. Channels, yes, and all of that. Yeah, so we're proud of how we go together.
Yeah. So, Madam assured that something more than taking us.
Let's all with you, promise.
Afternoon. What did you just been? Is it from Banga? Didn't? It's days. So we have an 8-day delegation. The diaspora returns. We believe that Nigeria is the start because Nigeria is a proclamation. So we'll be here for 3 days. And in those 3 days, we have the wonderful business cruiser that will take place at Echo Hotel. We also have day 2. We'll do Impact Day early in the morning. We also have a deal room in the middle of the day where businesses are able to showcase. And this is cross-border, by the way. So they'll be able to learn about what are the things that are happening in Nigeria that people can invest in. And then also, if there's anyone interested in business opportunities abroad as well. I'm currently working on actually the XM Trade Bank to be a part of this. I'm sure we'll be able to lock that in. And then in the evening, we have an amazing business mixer where we'll be able to showcase and highlight all the things we've been able to do in the community and give out the grants and awards as well. And the third day, we know that Lagos doesn't sleep, and we know that Lagos has a beautiful beach life. And so we also want to make sure that people can experience that as well. So we'll be able to go to the beach, have a good time, and then close at one of the dinners at one of the amazing restaurants here in Lagos. Thank you.
Was that going to be for more like business essentials? Can I do? Yeah, I was going to say that I think she's spoken in American tone also, but bringing it down to the Nigerian tone. Of course, the 4th day is not what she meant by D-Room is going to be investors events where also that have modern dancing to showcase to the people coming in who are actually our main targets, who are coming in to invest into Nigeria. And it's not going to be just real estates. These people are coming to invest in real estate, mining, fashion, so many things. I mean, that is actually the main reason she's having it. And also to show the world that Lagos and Nigeria, Africa is beyond what is seen there, that they could actually return back home and feel very much comfortable the way they are in America because they are looking to return. And this is why we're positioned here to provide that for that. So
Thank you. So all of this will be happening
from 17. From what? 17. Thank you so much.
All right. put figures to this. Let's talk about the statistics. So tax matter here also. How much, what are you paying in it? You have an idea how much in percentage they import or being proposed or the plan? Let me put some figures in.
I think it's a fabulous question. I'm sorry. Okay. Fabulous question. I'll start by this initiative. And I speak in dollars. You guys can give the translation. But this initiative is well over 500,000 USD to put this on. Okay. So there's a lot of money, a lot of job, short term, nonetheless, job that will be created just from this particular initiative. I have an example. We have a T-shirt. It says "My Roots, Your Roots, Your Rise, Your Return." It was designed by a Nigerian. It was printed by a Nigerian, and when people purchase it, it will be distributed by Nigeria. And so there's a lot of money that's going to be poured into the community. I can speak to potential. I tell people all the time that the American diaspora has a $2 trillion sending power, and it's not deliberately directed to Africa. And so, dream, right? What can that mean for Nigeria? It can mean a lot. I actually do have, not a lot off the top of my head, but I've ran numbers. I have figures, what this can be, short-term, mid-term, long-term. Can't speak to it now, but if you want to talk to me after, I'm happy to break those numbers down. But just from what we're doing, without any investment at all, it's 500,000 USD. Thank you.
Ipo ba Colombia ikan tubo for in that yote. I mean, that you tell your story, and I see that my friend from Karma, Africa, just came in, who has been visiting East Point and brought NTV Africa, BET Africa, and was able to share that, the synergies that we have and be able to tell the story. We've also had people from right here. We had Choma. We had, what was her name? Colette from Accelerate TV? Yeah, Accelerate TV. So these are just some of the people that's just been to East Point from Nigeria specifically already when it comes to media. Colette Otu Eso. He's I can see probably Oya Eboya has been to East Point as well, because again, as Ebo, home to Tyler Perry Studios, you are able to take them on a tour and be able to share experiences in film and production as well. So for media, make your plans to be able to come tell the story.
Okay, so my name is La Famosa. I just want to first say thank you so much for bringing in this expertise and skill set, coming together to bring in so much additional value to Lagos, Nigeria. I am Latin American. I'm not Nigerian. So I have been living in Nigeria for about 15 years and across a few sectors, real estate, design, and management. So I have a question. The amounts of people that you have coming planned for the event that's coming forward, what's the amount of people, and how much of those of the group are diasporans?
So thank you for that. Let me first define how I define diasporan. And our advocates are actually made up of the three categories. First, we have those who lived on the continent, who had, what we say, chapa, with the gone. and we want them to return, right? So that's a part of the diaspora community. You also have those like myself, first generation. I was born and raised in Los Angeles, California, though I'm very connected to my Nigerian roots thanks to my fabulous parents. And then we have those who have African descent. And I remember sharing with the diaspora commissioner, I said, I don't know how we're calculating Nigerians in abroad. And I said, if you actually do African ancestry of African Americans, about 25% of them have Nigerian bloods. And so I consider a diasporan anyone with melanated skin and you're of African descent, you are of the diaspora. And so there's many who want to return and reconnect to their roots. But that's what I define as diaspora. Now, how many of those are coming with us? We have about 50 right now. We closed out the delegation, but I imagine after this press conference, there's going to be quite a few more. So we'll probably cap it at about 65 because of just from a logistical standpoint. But I shared the other day, I was like, I could bring 1,000 if I wanted to, right? If the infrastructure and the support allowed for it, there's plenty that we can bring. But for this year, we'll have about 50 to 65.
You can help people. So, because we were asking initially that what's it all about, what are they doing? And like, you guys just come, they'll tell you themselves what it's all about. Because I live here, I don't live in America. I'm a journalist like you guys. You too, I'm learning everything. You didn't tell me anything, you know. I'm going for the first time myself. So at least I hope that the reports are going to come out positive, support the aim of what they're doing. It's for our own benefits. You know what I mean? We have families in America. We have families all over the world. A lot of us have. You know, so it's not just for, it just make it so easy for us to understand that we can also be living abroad and begin the small businesses too without giving our country or ourselves bad name. We're trying to, you know, that thing about what Nigeria has. We have in Africa, Nigeria, they talk about us that we have bad images abroad. We have to kill that, not cheap, because we know that a lot of people are there, that Nigerians, they're born there and they're doing so well, so well. You know, and we have to keep pushing the narrative that Nigeria is one of the, okay. I think I'm making too much. No.
Huh? Final words from the boss.
Okay, no, you do the final word for everybody. You did the both of time.
Your final words, Joe. Thank you for putting this together, and I'm sure that Echo Hotels will be willing and happy to support this initiative to the best of its ability. Thank you. Yes.
Okay, thank you very much for Carlton Morgan. We are happy to be in partnership with this great initiatives. When Nancy came into our office and shared this idea with us, especially our GNT, it was one he kicked and is very much interested in. So this is because she mentioned so many people were asking what the initiative is all about. It's just to showcase Nigeria to the world as a luxury place they can come back to. For us that are also in business, it's just letting them know that Carlton Morgan is here to provide that luxury, comfortable housing or even investment for them to come back to. So we're happy to be here. We're proud of what Nancy is doing. We're proud of what the team is doing. We're here to also give her our best of the best. Thank you.
Thank you all from East Point and the city of East Point. One of our goals is to create sister city programs within the diaspora as well. So we're looking forward to doing that with the city of Lagos and be able to share resources and just, again, share in the synergies and in technology, education, health systems, and being a sister city will enable us to be able to easily facilitate those.
Thank you again for being here today. I just want to leave everyone with this. This is about global commerce. It's about the diasporas returning to do business in Africa or with Africans. I believe that Africa, starting with Nigeria, has the best talent. You have the best fashion. We have the best food. We have the best everything right now. Nigerians are very proud. And so our talent deserves to be on a global stage. And that's what this is about. We are taking our talent to the globe and we're doing business with the world. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, everyone. I will say this the same, that the blessing of a man is not defined by how much you have in your bank account, but how many lives you've been able to impact with whatever little you had. So let us come out, let us make impact, and let us make this go viral. Thank you so much.
Thank you. One last question. I was going to ask this question before my editor called me and I went out to take a call. I mean, a long time ago, we used a call hotel, they used to invite us. I remember. They used to invite us for the weekend. We come to a hotel, spend coming on Friday, We're here for like 3 days. You go out, like eat the food, write about the food, about the hotel and everything. So what happened? What was? I didn't know.
No, but no, but that, but yes, but that still happens. In fact, you had journalists stay the weekend last week. So I guess what we'll do is that we'll get the names and contacts of the people here, and then we'll work something out. We have a wonderful Christmas event coming, and there are stories to tell, and there are collaborations to make, and of course we'll expand that. But that will make it happen.
For now, we'll get a fire. Get for you, that.
But now we're gonna document this. We're gonna turn it into a reality docu-series and broadcast it to the world.
Wow, that would be nuts. It's wonderful.
So you and I share some of the same, of course, mandate. So we understand tourism, we understand hospitality. And what we're known for, of course, in Atlanta is the culture and the history, and we have so much of that. East Point, we've been to Atlanta. No? Okay, so very historic. So you can tell that when you fly into Hartsfield, which is the busiest airport in the world, you're at East Point.
Oh, okay. Okay, then I've been to East Point.
So we have 20 branded hotels right there. All of the tourism products, the restaurants, and the attractions. That's what I'm responsible for. We're 6 miles from downtown Atlanta. So we're definitely where the world meets. Of course, you know, that's all the nonstop flights to the world. So with that in mind, we want to partner with the diaspora on the business level, on the leisure side, and tourism captures so many different facets, not just leisure, business, sand, and sea. We have sports tourism, agricultural tourism, entertainment tourism, medical tourism. So when we touch all
Although we also love design tours.
yes, we do, because we have the International Fashion Extravaganza coming out of Toronto. So we're familiar with all of those. We're like octopus, and all the different antennas, And a lot of people are not really aware of that. There are people like, what am I on tourism? But in shoot. And it's also the economic driver for a destination. Atlanta, just for Georgia, the state, $86 billion in tourism. So that's the economic impact that we have. We're hosting the World Cup in 2026. There's 8 games happening. And of course, with us being right at the airport, you know what that means. Yeah. So what we would like to do is have an international village in East Point, representing the diaspora and all the areas that are involved in that World Cup. So of course, we need to have Nigeria representing. Who's the Sharina? That's where we want to share those synergies. And again, what we want to do on the city, in the government level, is do the sister city program, so that we can really shift the piece of this.
So, as a kid, Mayan wants to join Sister City. San Francisco wants to join Sister City. Now, Atlanta wants to be a Sister City.
We were first. I just named it here. And specifically, East Point. Yeah. Right? And that will open up avenues and more opportunities. Like, there's so much sharing that we can do. There are things that you do here so differently that maybe could be done easier for us that we're not aware of. It's just a different way of doing it. So there's things we can learn from you. And there's things that we can also teach and share. Hospitality, one of my goals is to be able to share the talent so that you can increase. Nancy keeps talking about the hospitality on the island and on the continent, right? So they want to be able to share that. And that's something we can do immediately through tourism. So that's something I'm looking forward to as well. I think it's numerous opportunities.
There's actually a lot going on out there. Yesterday, incidentally, the governor posted some young Lagosians. They've chosen Lagos to be a host city for Best of Nollywood Have Awards.
Oh, wow.
And it's supposed to host in Lagos also in November. I can't remember the date in November. So it might coincide with your program. You'll be nice. And my first reaction is we're overwhelmed. We're actually overwhelmed as a city, as a state, as a government. And the next conversation anybody says to me is, I hope you guys are ready. Lagos, we're going to take Lagos by storm. I hope you guys are ready. Next month, in about 30 days' time, we're preparing for the first electric game race, the E1 series, on the Lagos Lagoon as well. And we're also the host city. We have Afrima coming up also in November as African Music Festival, Lagos Festival. It's also hosting in Lagos. So we have Design Week, we have Fashion Week, we have Art X, we have Arts Week. We're overwhelmed. Yes. So, I mean, this coming on board of us is most welcome.
Yes.
Exchange of talents, we've been doing that. I'm not sure you know Hedis.
Ayo Adamashan. That is my friend. So when he came to the U.S. to do Hedis, he came to East Point. So he and I is a wait of changing talents around. So getting tomorrow, and I did the last cocktail we had for the Hedis at the U.S. Embassy. The ambassador was saying, "No, you can't move it back to Lagos," because we requested him move it back to Lagos. So we had one in Lagos this year. You did.
And the ambassador said, "No, we have to alternate. You have to do 1 year in the U.S., 1 year in Lagos."
So that's why Ayo called me last night. He said, "So these are we have to."
Yeah. So so we do an exchange of talent. In February, I was at the NBA All Stars in San Francisco.
I was there.
Oh wow!
East Point was the sponsor.
I was the guest of the Empire Records.
Morehouse was playing, as you know, Morehouse College. Morehouse is my partner.
Oh wow!
So we were the Morehouse hosts. They wore our jerseys with East Point and the NBA. We were a partner with them. Spicy was there. We're season.
There's so much we're doing together, and that's when we started the Sister Civic Conversation. I met with,
and that's why we have to do that.
We really have to do it. A delegation came to see the governor about 2 weeks ago, and the whole thing is we need to exchange culture, we need to then exchange of talent, to HC. In fact, they were asking for us to come and host an Afrobeat festival in San Francisco. As you know, San Francisco is trying to open out our borders again, also. So cultural exchange. Maryland is asking for the same thing. So we really are proud.
Yeah,
we're proud.
So when you said about entertainment, you saw me smiling and grilling because when I didn't say to you yet, Tyler Perry Studios is East Point. That is right. Just coming now. We had our first.
And I know how much revenue that brought to the city of Atlanta.
We had a international film festival last year. We had Colette from Accelerate TV. We also had, I can't remember her name now. Does anybody remember her name? I mentioned Toya Abraham. Yes, she was there as well representing Nigeria. And I was able to take them to Tyler Perry Studios and get a personal inside tour.
It would be nice for us to do a collaboration with Tyler Perry Studios.
They want to.
We could love that because we have we have a place assigned, 100 hectares of land, assigned for a film city, and we would. I mean, it'll be amazing.
His executive asked me to be able to make that connection because they want to do something. You got it. And I told her most definitely when I get here, I will make that mention.
We're ready.
Yes, and they're our partners. They're East Points.
Yeah. So this is where it's all about. For me, these missions, you can only do so much when you're home. Bringing people here, getting people to go, being able to have conversation, dialogue, and figure out where are the real points of synergy, where can the collaborations happen, and ultimately job creation, transactional exchange, right? Like driving revenue into each other's cities is ultimately the goal. And this is what BAKE will bring. I'd say Nigeria is the best country. Excuse all the countries, but we're really proud.
Colleges here.
That was best about when Nigeria gets it right, and then Africa gets it right, and
going.
And I really believe that. And so why not start where you have this vibrant talent, the amazing culture, brilliant people, bring them here and let's start. And
That's such hospitality. We're a city that doesn't sleep. And we're a city with a soul. When you come into Lagos, that soul, you invite that soul. And the minute you leave in Lagos, you feel that soul actually departs. Yes, that is Lagos for you. So you hear a lot of Lagosians, there's traffic, there's this. Give them work in a panta to tell you, I want to go back. So that soul is something that you can't explain unless you've been here. I'm sure you're gonna see the best of neighbors as well.
Let me tell you another thing that I was so happy when I heard that you were a sheep, because East Point has so many firsts when it comes to sheep.
Yeah.
We had the first female African American mayor in the entire state of Georgia. We also had the first. What's her name, nigga? Paxi Joe Hilliard. She's 80. She's 88. She turned off like easy. She's my boss. She's the board of director for the tourism. You did it. She also lived in Liberia as well. So she's traveled to diaspora. She's been here many times. But we also had the first female, period, fire chief in the entire United States.
Female fire chief.
Yes, the first one in East Point.
Wow. Wow.
And then in tourism, the Convention and Visitors Bureau that I'm over, there are thousands in the U.S. There's 80 of them in the state of Georgia, 80. There's only 4 African-American women that are presidents. Yeah, out of over 1,000.
Congratulations to her.
Yeah, so it's a big deal for us. That's why I said it's for she.
And you know where we stay, where we dry, we get it right.
That's right. That's right.
I'm sure the she's here can test it. Where we dry, we get it right. Yeah.
Yeah, outside of the business and the tourism, we believe that there's no way the diaspora will come to Nigeria without making impact. So that's why we have the second day is more like the impact day. We'll be reaching out to the communities and also be giving out grants to start up businesses to also start doing something and empower them as well so that they can become also change makers to the Nigerian community. So on the 18th, we're having like an outreach, reach out to various sectors that needs it, and that's where the POA comes in. They are training some people. Also the First Ladies Forum, they want to also bring out like people from underserved communities that will also be empowered. And now that we're here, it is also important that you are in part of that.
The empowerment.
The empowerment for real as well.
I'm going to get empowered too. We are just empowered.
Yeah, so you'll be the first line of bid. And we are here today is not by accident. I believe that, yes, it's for a purpose. And let's make it happen.
I was going to actually extend an invite because I don't think that we can have first tilers in Lagos. We have a welcome mixer. You to welcome. Sit there.
You're lucky that it's on the 17th of November.
Okay, out of here. So easy to so much. Yes, out of here. Nice is amazing. There's just so much to do in tourism, hospitality, entertainment, fashion, art. And I tell people, when you look at tourism just from movement of people, back and forth is much, much beyond that. It's so underestimated, amazing, It's amazing. And what it does to people, cultural exchange, capacity build up as well. And especially the youth demographic. It's amazing. It's amazing. We've never had it this good in Nigeria and in Lagos. So I'm glad I'm here at this time. Yeah.
When we connect the world, we connect people. And when we connect people, it makes a better world. Right? Because then it broadens people experiences. So people that don't travel, if we can even just do that by media and expose them. So who we are and what we do. That's the way of,
gets the word out.
Yeah.
I'll stay for the show.
Ayo is very, you need to go and look out for Ayo.
Everybody gets to see the Ayo.
Yo, I'm serious. It's a very ski. Yeah. Please, when the next one is coming, you have to provide
Where the easy one is. It might be in December,
this list because somebody you would like to be part of.
Would really love to be part of it. And it's a day of fun. It's almost like it has a kind of a like atmosphere. Young men in that same regalia with different color hats dancing along the streets of Lagos Island, and the procession forms into the TVS. It's just a day of merry. Yeah.
And to speak about this about all of us portfolio, she's also the one of the Waterlight ambassadors to the United Nations. Yeah, so she's very hands on sustainable development. Yeah, and she's a big sponsor.
By the time.
I love Will. The below it too. And the things that they make up.
We can, yeah.
We did the job done.
You know, I was speaking to somebody many years ago, and she makes some measurements of this. He said, Prince, you didn't know that women have actually been the one building the homes over the years. He said, when our fathers go to the farm, it's the mothers that keeps the home alive until they come back. But now, in technology, look at you today, look at the thing you're making. And the first thing she said she wanted to meet you. She wanted to meet you. And I said, because Lagos is actually the heart of tourism. Yeah, and the world, if you talk of 30 December is Lagos Trip, this is where it happened. So when she mentioned it, I said, that's the right person to meet, nobody else. Don't go to Abuja. Let's do it.
With special request. Abuja is like, you want to go to DC. Yeah. And Lagos is, in Alava. Yes. So that's it.
Sister cities.
Good.
And I think there should be a need for that sister city. They should make
We can start.
We will start out immediately.
yes, correct.
Start with the MOU, making it easy, and then the official. Yeah.
Maybe we can do something in November official.
I think that would be a good time to be November. Yeah.
We can work towards that. Can sign the MOUs in November.
Yeah.
That's
good.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate your time. Though you're busy, I know what you have to do because I know how busy I had to speak.
I really appreciate just giving us time and look forward to anytime.
You asked a message this morning and I said, my office at 4 p.m.
That's how women do it.
So let's do a group picture. I thought the acting. She was up with Her Excellencies. Speaking about you, Choir.
This diaspora returns movement is about cross-border collaboration. It's about empowering and inspiring a movement for all of those that are in the diaspora to return, or not just return, but return with intention, to ensure that they are choosing Africa as a place to do tourism, as a place to do business, and a place to do collaboration. And so this is all about job creation. It's about taking our talents and our skill sets and our fashion and creativity to a global stage. They are seeing Africa and Nigeria as the place to do global business, whether they're coming in to invest or to take the beautiful talent across the globe. And so that's what this documentary is about. It's the opportunity to control our narrative and ultimately inspire a movement to happen. Am I involving the government? Well, the only partnership that we currently have right now is with DAPOA, but to be honest, I am open to every single one. I would love to bring some government partners to the table to figure out how could we take this to the next level, whether it's tourism, whether it's the trade and investment. Let's have a conversation. Let's figure out how to make this the biggest possible because it truly is a movement. What I will say is that Georgia government is involved. So I have the African Legislative Caucus, that's the state of Georgia, that are supporting this. They have endorsed this, and we're going to do a roundtable before I take off from Atlanta. And so it only makes sense for government here to also be involved. But this is about, again, global commerce and cross-continental collaboration. And so, yes, we are bringing investors who are very serious about investing in Nigeria. But this is also about ensuring that those that are skilled and talented here in Nigeria have an opportunity to do business abroad. And so whether it's fashion, whether it's the beauty industry, how do we take their products to the global market? And so we're going to allow for businesses to come and showcase their products so we can start to figure out how do we get them to get their businesses abroad, but also how can we make sure those investment dollars are coming in as well. The take home from this event is that it starts with you. We often look to other people. We look to government. We look to corporations. We look to people who have the wealth. But honestly, it truly starts with you. So every single person has an opportunity to be a part of this movement, whether it's sharing a design or coming to the table and figuring out how can you be a vendor at this particular initiative. And so, yeah, it starts with you.
But I'm confident because I've already spoken to some of those that are interested in coming. So I know they are on board. So they will be here. And based on the hospitality that I've received already in just the few hours in the hotel where I'm staying, I'm at the Delboro, which is a wonderful property. And today we're here at Echo having the actual press conference, both very inviting. And, you know, I think hospitality is key and one of the things that we're looking for. So I'm very confident.